maybe some sage advice that you have for the salespeople. We have, you and I both, the people that follow our content is a mixture of business owners, entrepreneurs, but there's also a large number of sales professionals, so people that like to hear you speak and that like to follow our content. And I'm sure that there's a number of salespeople right now that's listening to this and saying, well, yeah, this all sounds great, and you guys are hypothesizing about what we should be doing, but I'm out there knocking on doors, making the calls, and the decision makers that I'm coming up against are already saying, you know what, Mornay, thank you so much for that pitch, but I'm already seeing a slowdown in my business. And I don't have the cash, or I don't have the confidence in my forward order book to invest in what you're selling right now. We're just going to make do with what we have. What advice would you give salespeople to overcome or manage that particular objection?
Clearly that is going on right now. There's no question about it. So if you're a salesperson, I don't want you to think that you are uniquely finding yourself in that situation. It is pervasive. Yeah. So let's go directly to it. How do you deal with it? The first order of business, and I have several points that I'd make here. The first order of business is be empathic. Understand where that person's coming from. Put yourself in their shoes. And how would you feel, and what would you like from someone calling on you if you were in that situation where they're saying, hey, I'm already being negatively impacted, I'm uncomfortable moving forward. Let's role practice what it would be like to be in their shoes and feel that, so that you can then approach them in a more understanding and empathic way. The second point is, instead of selling, and you've already brought that up, I'm going to ask how I could be of help. Is there some way that I could be more helpful to them in whatever they're being confronted with? Literally, I will take whatever products or services that I'm representing, and I'll leave them in the car. I'll leave them in the office. All I want to be is a resource. If it means that I invest a couple, 3 hours with this person on a weekly basis in some way that has nothing to do with what I represent as a product or service, I am building a deep, deep relationship. That's not going to garner me a sale that day, but in time, it is going to garner me a significant share of wallet. In effect, what I'm talking about is being a partner. Be a partner rather than there's the prospect and the salesperson. Sit on the same side of the table, not across the table from them, and find a way to be that partner. So another idea there is, can you loosen up the terms under which you sell your product or service? Because maybe it's cash flow, and maybe we have some wiggle room in our ability to not take it all up on the front end. So I'm going to use my CEO coaching business as an example. As you know, about 5 years ago, I started doing CEO coaching around the world over the phone. And when I take on a client, I view myself as literally an owner of the business. I tell my clients, there are times where you're going to wonder, who owns this business? This guy sounds like he's the owner and I'm the owner, right? But that's my style of coaching. When I am confronted with a client that comes to me and says, Jack, your advice has been just incredibly worthwhile and powerful, but I'm stuck. We're cutting back expenses here and there and throughout the company because of things in the economy. And I'm in good faith. I want to show the rest of the team that I'm falling on the sword as well. So I'd like to pause our coaching relationship. And I will respond and say something along the lines of, I hear you, I support it, I understand it, but I don't want you to not have the resource called Jack Daly during the most difficult times. I would be a bad partner if I were to do that. So let's not worry about you paying me. We're just going to put it in a deferral bucket. I'm not worried about the deferral bucket. And I'm going to continue coaching you at the level that I've been coaching. And when we work through whatever it is that we are being challenged with economically, and you raise your hand and say, "Hey, I can get back into the norm," I'll be ready to do that. And then we'll take a look at whatever was deferred, and we'll decide, like, all of it, a portion of it. But let's stay focused on me being your partner and helping you with that situation. So that's really how I approach all of my sales life. I am empathic and want to help in any way that I can. I am not a short tail person. I'm a long tail person. I'm a relationship guy, and I'll figure my way around my own personal cash flow situation. What I have to do is prioritize my customer and be there for them. Now, I'm going to tell you that when you take that kind of a mindset to your business will blossom not just in tough times, but imagine what it's like in good times. Imagine what referral rate you end up experiencing. Imagine what your brand is experiencing in terms of the marketplace, how you are differentiating yourself from everyone in the marketplace. Now, I'm using me as an example of that, but I'm telling you that this is the way I've operated in every business my whole life. And as a result, the success has taken place. So, like, be a partner, be empathic, see if you can help in some way.